so special.
Headed to the top, no, I will not stop. I came from the bottom, I will not drop. Shalom to my people and everybody that rock. Just know it don't stop, we at the top, bitch, we solid as a rock. No, I will not stop. I came from the bottom, I will not drop. Shalom to my people and everybody that rock. Just know it don't stop, we at the top, bitch, we solid as a rock. Yeah, my people coming through, you gon' make us like a goddamn fool. And I'ma pack me a two, rap right, I'm a fool. See the facts, it's the truth. Move back, I'm a shit, it's me attacking the madman strapped in the coop. You can ask for the proof, bitch, I'm back and I'm loose. I can't laugh at a fool, cause he have no clue. Ain't just rap in the booth. I'm half man, half fool, but I am that dude. I take baths in the truth, and half ass won't do. We won't let your ass come through. You won't outlast this group. I'ma stand and salute. 10 toes down with my troops. We yelling man down when we shoot. We on the ground with the boots. And if you're looking around for the truth, it get a little loud in the booth. Don't make a damn sound. Headed to the top, no, I will not stop. I came from the bottom, I will not drop. Shalom to my people and everybody that rock. Just know it don't stop, we at the top, bitch, we solid as a rock. No, I will not stop. I came from the bottom, I will not drop. Shalom to my people and everybody that rock. Just know it don't stop, we at the top, bitch, we solid as a rock. I can go back to back, but I won't go back to the trap. In the trap, it's a rap. In the trap, it's a bunch of damn rats. I'm a man, you won't trap me like that. So I'm here to speak the fact. Oh yeah, breaking down on the track. I'm trying to reach every man in the benefit seat. In fact, stand tall, goddamn it, we black. They try to take that by giving us crack. Well, we giving that back. It's a race and we're running this track. It's a war, yeah, we coming right back. And we ain't taking no slack. And no more shooting us in the back. It's called unity, we all intact. Underground railroad track, we unified all over this map. Old school coming through in the lack. And we dressed all black. Y'all done gave us the best y'all got. You know we running for a march, y'all forgot. Headed to the top, no, I will not stop. I came from the bottom, I will not drop. Shalom to my people and everybody that rock. Just know it don't stop, we at the top, bitch, we solid as a rock. No, I will not stop. I came from the bottom, I will not drop. Shalom to my people and everybody that rock. Just know it don't stop, we at the top, bitch, we solid as a rock. Oh yeah. Solid as a rock. Oh yeah. Salute to the General, Grandmaster J, to the whole NFAC. No fucking around. Y'all know what it is. Just be black, people. Change that me into a we. You dig? Remember, it's facts over feelings. This is Body to Beat, people. We in the building.
Shalom, peace and blessings to all my people in the building. Appreciate y'all for sliding through. Just came from a great live from my brother John Q Page. Had a live about Daniel Robinson, had his father on the panel giving us an update. Great live, my brother. Very informative. Shout out my people in the building, which I pretty much spoke to you in the chat, but I'll speak to you live as well. We got Miss Deborah in the building. How you doing, Miss Deborah? Got Shane in the building. Job Biggs, John Q. Scroll up. Balance is in the building. What's going on? Thank y'all for stopping through. We'll play another song. Give people a little bit of time to fall through. Let them get a chance to get in the building. You know, everybody got a life. And I did not set this live up, and I did it purposely that way. You feel me? It's going to go with my little conversation I got for y'all tonight. You feel me? So with that being said, let's keep jamming for a minute.
As we gather here today, under one united front, under the guise of putting our pride aside to become one nation, sworn to the gift of melanin that they once thought was a curse. But it's magic. But it's magic.
Look at the lights and the fixtures, but don't you forget it's a bigger picture. He put us in the pot and started mixing. 300 billion people made all different. A lot of people born gifted. A lot of people change when the earth shifted. And some will never see the vision. And that's the difference from being alive and just living. Such a crazy time that we live in. If you don't pay attention, you get filled in. It's time we stand up, so we're the real men. Ain't no peace treaty here, we taking back the land. We did it once, we can do it again. 10 toes, I'll stand, that's a real man. You gotta hold your nigga down. And if you black, say it loud.
As we screaming loud from the tallest peak, linked up in this web tied to the heart of the streets. Sheesh. And I only got 3 letters. SOC. Stay on code to the end of the road. Let's go.
I am kissed by the sun, I'm highly favored. I reflect God, I mirror the creator. I keloid scars, my father is your savior. I built this world, pick me for my labor. I turned stone into pyramids, mud made villages. You find me where the living is. Cave dwellers bring ignorance. I you rope them off for they nonsense. They lying to you, teaching you black is a curse. Before they trickery, you control the whole earth. You invented math, language, and science. Our melanin is a miracle, don't deny it. On the shoulders of giants, our ancestors guided, even enslaved us, but we fucking survived it. Tables will turn, so stop your crying. I'm so proud to be black, I'm nothing without it. Yeah.
As we ride, one time for the culture that never dies, we rise. In this nation, where the education is built on a foundation of lies. We rise. We rise.
You can paint it vivid when I picture this. My skin is Vizio, I'm the difference. Picking through the channels, I'm the guy. Got me surfing through my life like a tide. The journey is a ride. No wonder why I'm thirsty. Life is full of pride, but never showing mercy every day that I provide. It's like the devil cursed me. We done with picking cotton while you really trying to work me. Should have been rich gods and men. Instead they giving you more bars and pens. Just face it like cut scars on chin. Never even, it's more odds to sin. I'm melanated to the flesh. I don't need your color scheme when it's branded on my chest. I'm stand up for being that. If you represent a god, stand up for being black, motherfuckers.
So we salute to those who blazed the trail beforehand. We stand right hand balled in the fist for power, for the vision, for the unspoken symbolism that parallels the mission. Melanated vision, melanated magic. I ride out. Now ride out. Yeah. BTBG, Black Sister Mafia, New World. BTBG, Black Sister Mafia, New World.
That was Melanated Miracle from my Inspired 2 project featuring the homie. Excuse me, that was actually Inspired 1. YJ the author. Neutral. Port City. So the link that you see on my channel right now is the Justice for GMJ website. Trying to bring our brother home, man. Yeah, if you haven't heard, he's been arrested and he's about to be sentenced. Like on August 22nd. Some bogus bullshit. And it's so United States like for this to happen. It's like we got the basketball player over there in Russia for a vape pen, marijuana, facing 9 years. Are you fucking kidding me? This is the type of shit that we have to deal with. If y'all haven't subscribed to Papa Duck channel, man, make sure you go to his channel. Brother be dropping jewels, man. But as you can see at the bottom of the screen, it says, why are you here? That's the question of the night. And I haven't dropped the link, and I haven't dropped the link for a reason, because I got to get this out. Can't let nobody stop this message. I remember when I first started doing my lives, it was around the time, GMJ started doing this thing for the black community. Of course, everybody know publicly, it started right here in Brunswick, Georgia. This man been on a mission longer than that, though. But a lot of people didn't notice until the Ahmaud Arbery murder, which we got justice for. You feel me? GMJ came down here to Brunswick, Georgia, strapped up with his crew. I still remember, he said, I bet you they won't fuck with me like that. I said, this man mean business. He mean business. Right across the highway from my house. That inspired me. During those times, I was having these conversations with my boy B1. Y'all know him as Chris in the chat. He said, man, you need to get on this shit, man. I was already, tuned in, but I wasn't putting out this type of content. Wasn't going live about this type of stuff. So I decided to do it. I still ain't doing politics, B1. You can cancel that shit. But it felt good, though. I developed a family of people from YouTube, the YouTube universe. And I remember I dropped the first song for the NFAC and John Q, which I'll play in just a moment. I think that song did well over 1,000 views. Haven't looked at it in a while. But it was beautiful to see black people unite somewhat. So show some type of unity. It was beautiful. But we all know in life, when you're doing something right, the devil will always intervene. Oh, he's coming. Believe it. A hater's gonna come. That's how you know you're doing something right. People will try to knock your shit down. The devil got workers. And they right here on this earth walking right along with you. Some of them sitting right next to you. What you getting at, boss? Y'all know I do music. I love music. Music is my life. Music has saved my life.
I sang and built the last year. Yeah. Put me through the fire, a hurricane, I can stand through the storm. I ain't going nowhere, get used to me. I'm fold, they ain't made this strong. Got longevity, I'm built to last. Maybe in a rush, trying to build it fast. Was steady with the process, I'm built to last. That's why I'm built to last. That's why I'm built to last.
It take a lot to walk in my shoes, and I'm a proud dude. Never keep weak niggas round you. You thinking that they proud of you, but secretly they down on you. You thinking that they there for you cause they hanging around you. Now think about it, where you was when they found you. The same boat that they was in, y'all was drowning. But I was built off a solid foundation. I was college bound Jason, I found that y'all hating. I think they allergic to my greatness. I think it's sad how many participate. See the haters so blatant, not strong, they won't make. I got the heart of an ox, I can taste it. They can't relate. How I was raised, I can't take a break. And I be catching all that shade, I can even taste it. My time valuable, I can't waste it. I'm built to last, pimping faces.
Put me through the fire, a hurricane, I can stand through the storm. I ain't going nowhere, get used to me. Most fold, they ain't made this strong. Got longevity, I'm built to last. Maybe in a rush, trying to build it fast. Was steady with the process, I'm built to last. That's why I'm built to last. That's why I'm built to last.
True story. This past year was a test for me. I had a lot of bullshit that was stressing me. For 9 months, I was living in my mama house, sleeping on my mama couch, wondering when I'ma bounce. My oldest daughter made me feel she ain't love me. Relationship had blatantly turned ugly. My old lady plus my other 2 kids, all in the sister crib with nowhere to live. How the hell we get to this, I don't know. Mama taking money from me all on the low. It's hard being a man when you're trying to provide, doing all that you can, but the stronger survive. Then I realized I was built for adversity. The real gon' relate, that's why Blake got a verse from me. Soon I got a phone call saying I've been approved. God say, pack your bags, get your family and move.
Ladies and gentlemen, Trollers in the building with Body to Beat Global.
We are going nowhere, get used to me. Most fold, they ain't made this strong. Got longevity, I'm built to last. Maybe in a rush, trying to build it fast. Was steady with the process, I'm built to last. That's why I'm built to last. That's why I'm built to last.
My journey's been a long ride. All these potholes in the ground, you know I don't lie. You know the pressure that it brings when you're trying to spread your wings, but the weight make you don't fly. I done heard the birds chirp at moonlight. I was from the curb in the noon fights. Niggas all broad in the daylight. We ain't bad niggas, we don't sleep right. Wake 'em up, neutral, they be sleeping on them. Them elevated thoughts that be leaking on them. See, I'm trying to spread it like the vat, so instead of taking that, I can show you how to keep it dormant. I done been in wars with the devil. I can train you, it's nothing for me to help you. He don't want this foot up in his ass, cause he know I'm built to last. In the past, he just
put me through the fire, a hurricane, I can stand through the storm. I ain't going nowhere, get used to me. Most fold, they ain't made this strong. Got longevity, I'm built to last. Maybe in a rush, trying to build it fast. Was steady with the process, I'm built to last. That's why I'm built to last. That's why I'm built to last.
Ladies and gentlemen, Body to Beat Global.
Yes, sir. Built to last. Inspired too. So I got a little good news to share about that a little later on in the show. But before I continue, I want to take it this route. Because this is something I do for myself. I practice what I preach. And shout out to everybody who's been boots on the ground, day one, supporting my big brother, Grandmaster Jay, man. You know who you are. I'm talking about those people who do it when ain't nobody watching. I'm talking about those people who do it who don't need a crowd. There are some solid ass people in that movement. And I want to give you my flowers right now. because you deserve it. And I'm pretty sure GMJ is proud to have you a part of his team, his family, his support group. But as I was saying, music saved my life. And the route I took with Inspired One came from a lot of you. A lot of you who was around back when that album dropped. I never imagined putting an album like that together. Straight positive music, conscious music. I did that for you all. And it felt good. It felt real good. But like I said, you're going to have those things that try to knock what you're doing down because you're doing the right thing. Later on, we know GMJ got charged these bogus charges. And what is it, Louisville? I always get it confused. Home of Breonna Taylor. We know she didn't even get justice. They let them fucking cops walk until just recently. The feds picked up the case, and now they back. Now they're being charged again, federal. George Floyd, justice. Ahmaud Arbery, justice. And Breonna Taylor, we pending justice. Do you just think that shit happened because it was year 20, year 21, year 22? No. If you think that, you are sadly mistaken. They seen our people begin to wake up. They seen it for themselves. They seen the movements. And one big one, of course, not fucking around coalition. They seen it. They like, these people eyes are open. They on to us. We got to do something to quiet them down. But after we got justice for Ahmaud, we ain't shut up. After we got justice for George, we ain't shut up. We got to do something. These motherfuckers still talking. They still out here protesting. So what they do? They go for one of the most influential men in Black America. Maybe if we shut him up, they'll shut up. No, it don't work that way. Well, maybe for some. Because everybody ain't 10 toes like they claim to be. I appreciate that super chat, Shayna. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Throughout the time of the movement, we see all these different YouTubers taking shots, hating. Which I ain't gonna focus on them because that's not what this is about. So I'm gonna just leave that where it's at. I'm talking about the inner workings, the supporters who are competing with each other. Oh my goodness. It's a joke. It's a joke. This ain't about no competition, man. We trying to get somewhere. We trying to do something that we've been trying to do for over 400, 500 years. A lot of people might feel like if it ain't happened now, it'll never happen. I understand how you feel. But don't get in the way of those that's trying. Don't be that person. Everybody know I just dropped one of my favorite songs, After the Rain. GMJ called me personally and thanked me for that song. That meant a lot. He didn't have to, but he did. That was my thank you for what he did for my city and the rest of the country. Black America. See, that's one thing people have to understand. Everybody can't be boots on the ground. Everybody can't take every trip to Louisville. Everybody can't do what everybody else. Play your position. Play your position. Do what you can do to help. Damn what anybody else say. When I come to you, I ain't see you nowhere. Shut up. You don't know what I do. Because I don't do it when a crowd around like everybody else have to. And what really, really, really irks me, irks my nerves. I can watch this brother Quest, man, do lives, have, 10, 15 people in there, sometimes 7, 8. And the brother putting out knowledge. The dude is a very intelligent dude, man. He's long-winded. Yeah, we know that. But you gotta love him. As soon as he titled one of them lies GMJ, oh, that's when everybody come marching in. You fake. You fake as hell. See, it was one thing that I was taught, and my brother YJ said it in that song. Stay on code. Right? Right? If you know there's a content creator on YouTube or whatever platform you go to, whether it's Instagram or Facebook or wherever, you know they for the movement, don't wait for them to put GMJ name in the goddamn title for you to go over there and support them. Why you think these people know who talking and where to fucking go at? Stay on code my ass. Come on, man. You don't never see me put that man's name in my lives. And I wasn't going to do it tonight. If we going to move as a unit, we all have to be on the same page. Y'all know for a fact how he worked. Y'all know that. Y'all know it better than me. A lot of y'all do. Certain things he don't want in social media. But you can't let your enemy know what you doing. I could have named this goddamn live corn flakes and collard greens. Y'all should have knew what the fuck that meant. And like I said, I'm not talking about everybody in here. I'm talking about those that know who I'm talking about. Because they ain't saying shit. I don't care. Get mad at me. The truth do hurt. We know that, don't it? And yet, you go pile in somebody like who you think got the inside scoop, and all you got to do is stay on code. A lot of y'all know exactly where the fuck to go at. You know where to go at. And I ain't got to say no more. There's a lot of intelligent people that's following GMJ, that's supporters or either is in the team, on the team. And you know that. But you say, buy black. support black. And I have a group of women that support me every month, and I love them to goddamn death. So y'all know I ain't talking about y'all. And I got some brothers too. But it ain't about me. It ain't about me. It's about what we're trying to do. We trying to get reparations. They doing everything in their power to stop that shit. A lot of you know what you can do to help, but you just don't do it. Why? Why is that? Now going back to the matter of fact, let me see if I can find that song real quick. In the meantime, let me hit y'all with this. I'm gonna look for that song.
And new tonight, an armed militia marches outside the suspect's home.
Well protected, well protected.
You don't win wars by marching and protesting. You win wars by fighting back.
Yeah, I love y'all.
This is the part where I get to say I told you so. When everybody else said, we were crazy, we was over the top, that we was making stuff up, Brunswick. But a lot of people don't realize that also was the moment that galvanized the start of our movement. It was from Brunswick that the NFAC blew up, and then the next time you saw us was at Stone Mountain. A lot of people act like we popped up at Stone Mountain, we was in Brunswick first. I'm up in the building. It was the Brunswick issue first.
Some of these people be talking, and they ain't really about that action. We faced with a whole bunch of problems, while the blacks wanna add on baggage. It get cold in the world, motherfucker better get your jacket. If I happen to pull out my ratchet, better hope a motherfucker know magic. Body just wrapped in plastic, body just placed in caskets. If you black, then your life just has it. Why the fuck our life ain't tragic? GMJ taught a nigga not to be so passive, so I won't be a weak little bastard. And the truth, I'ma seek that faster. No fucking around, we have just entered the chapter. We've been lost, not found. Now we got a little bit of backup, cause we coming with numbers and my people starting to stack up. You don't wanna see a nigga act up. AJ, tell them where we at, bro. After the rain, we gotta change. We cannot do it the same. Better say his name, GMJ. But you gon' win this race. It'll be a whole brand new day. Goddamn it, we gon' win this case. Give a damn what your people say. Everybody yelling out GMJ, 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 GMJ. We don't give a damn what your people say. Everybody yelling out GMJ, GMJ. This the way we rockin'. Bitches on the poppin'. We will not let you stop it. Let's go. The ball done dropped, nigga call them cops. I told you that we called them mops. It's about that time, stop that line. And we don't really need no clock.
Locked down, under pressure, with the mask on.
But we back now or never. Motherfuckers better get the ass on. Ain't no sad song, and we won't leave the past alone. Cause the past that made it strong. Cause the mind never made it home. And they wouldn't leave Georgia alone. Don't be playing me wrong, cause I keep me a chrome. Better move it along. I don't mind at all if you want a brawl. I can make a call to my big dog. I'm telling you, dog, this ain't shit talk. Wanna cross the line, you get picked off. See the man in black, it ain't shit soft. Put the man on mute, but man, we gon' fix y'all. Thought that we would stop, but man, we got pissed off. Days got changed, it's time that we lift off. Old 25 the day that we win, y'all. We don't give a damn about your agenda. We know you got troops, so go ahead and send them. After the rain, we gotta change. We cannot do it the same. Better say his name, GMJ. But you gon' win this race. It'll be a whole brand new day. Goddamn it, we gon' win this case. Give a damn what your people say. Everybody yelling out GMJ, 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 GMJ. We don't give a damn what your people say. Everybody yelling out GMJ, GMJ. This the way we rockin'. Bitches only poppin'. We will not let you stop it. Let's go.
They did what they did to him because they thought they could get away with it because they actually believed. They believe. See, when you tell somebody you're racist, you're not just accusing them of something that this is a person who holds a certain frame of mind. They believe they're right. People need to understand that in
my approach to systemic racism. That's why it's called systemic. It means that there's a system. It's not just one or two people. Yeah, you got those three people, they got locked up. Okay, fine. But there's a system. In other words, look at the system that had to work for this not to be heard. This was not the first African-American male or female that has been shot, killed because of some racial misperception. We know that. And the rest is history.
Yes, sir. Everybody yelling out GMJ. Yes, sir. What up, the man above in the building? What's going on? What's going on, bro? Appreciate you for stopping through. Absolutely, B1. We stopping. I bet you if I was up here talking cash shit about GMJ right now, some of the people that shared this live out, I'll probably have over 100 people in this motherfucker right now. Yeah. Point out the line what I just said. I'll wait. But see, to me, I don't care about the views, man. When I'm talking this shit, I don't care about that. But our people should. We're talking about coming on one accord. We can't gather in one place. I ain't saying my page is the only page that's solid. There's a lot of solid content creators out there that's for the cause. I know that. And I salute them. But back to the song I was telling you about. Genes of Soul. I remember when I dropped that. That song hit over 1,200, 1,300 views. Quick! That was before GMJ even got into this mess, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Now this man in this mess, I dropped After the Rain. That shit ain't even close to 1,000. Remember, it ain't about no damn views for me. I'm talking about our brother. I remember I talked to him on the phone when he was thanking me for the song. And it's like, man, I get locked up, them numbers gonna go through the roof. I said, man, nah, I don't want you to get locked up. Damn them damn numbers. He's like, nah. I gotta keep my mind open to the possibilities. I didn't want to hear that shit, but I understand what he meant. I hate to say this, but I have to. Boy, was he wrong. The numbers ain't moved at all. That's one song I listen to every goddamn day. Not because I did it, because that shit cranks me up. I get ready to go. That shit starts my day. And it reminds me of what the fuck we here for. I dropped Have a Good Time. And thank you for everybody who listened to it. Shout out to y'all. Have a good time. Song with me, Crucial, and YJ. Almost 18,000 streams on Spotify. I dropped After the Rain months before that. That shit ain't even at 500 streams. What is the problem with that shit? I don't like when Blake do this type of music. I don't like when Blake do this type of music. Well, what the fuck you at when I'm doing the music that you do like, huh? Can somebody tell me what's the problem? Men lie, women lie. Numbers don't lie. Slowly, people are falling off is what I'm trying to tell y'all. They falling off. Y'all remember what GMJ said? Some people, I'm going to lose some people. I'm going to lose some people on this journey. He knew that. But that's sad. That's sad. This man put his freedom on the line He put his life on the line. Again, salute to everybody out there that's boots on the ground, solid as a rock. Just know I ain't talking about you. What's going on, Jacksonville? What up, GB? I thought about not even doing this live. I said, no, I got to. I have a purpose. I don't get paid for these lives because I play so much music. Just to let y'all know that. I don't get paid for this shit. I do it because it's my purpose. I remember John Q said something the other day. He was like, man, God damn it, if I had some money today, you were playing that old school music because you just took me to a point in my life where I was happy and enjoying life. I do that shit for you. The same thing that he's done for us over the years. If you want to be if you don't know what to do in your community, donate. Fuck it. Just donate. Just donate. That's well received. I'm pretty damn sure of that. Y'all know I do intros and I work with promotion. You gotta go looking for no goddamn body to help promote anything that says NFAC on it. I feel like I owe that man that shit, man. He could have been selfish just like a lot of other Black America is, but he ain't. Come on, man.
Pandemic. It's worse than Corona.
Work hard. Be somebody. And be something more than what you see in the mirror. Let the world be your mirror.
Instead of glorifying the evil, help your brother win. Shit, I'm sick of seeing what we now defend. What we used to call lame niggas jumping in. Like you the devil's friend, need to tuck that shovel in. Cause that grave that you digging, niggas helping him. It ain't no wealth in sin. Go ahead and mail it in. Cause I'ma defend this melanin skin I'm in. The clever you is, the better the man you is. Instead of a bid, why don't you take care of your kids? I guess you ain't noticed that we losing, friend. Try picking up a book and read it through the end. Can't let the news tell you who you is. Cause they just make us out of fools and we just let them win. That pussy Trump war the devil's friend. But guess who let him in? It was us in the end. If you ever pay attention, it seems like we glorify the bullshit. We praise all the evil shit that's being done to us, whether it's done to us on a racist standpoint or it's done to us by us. You feel what I'm saying? I think a lot of people don't realize how much power we have to change what we see. The wind starts in your mind, but it's not a breeze. Proper planning and belief can take you to your dream. And what you think is what you really see. So negative thoughts gon' bring negativity. We living in these last days, ain't the time that you play. We gotta knock down these barricades. But we say we want better days. But take your mind off the bullshit like who got on the better jade. Take some time and try to meditate. We in the hole, you gotta know. If it's a God, then it's a better way. And them haters, just let them hate. If you in favor, they can't escape. We all got a day to fade. Respect your bloodline, my genes is a plate. I'm full of soul, keep my food on my plate. Can't be a fool, cause it's rude when they awake. And the Jake set your plate and put that light in your face. Now you might have missed that. But that light should have been turned on a long time ago, bro. But we so focused on the wrong shit. Shit that don't do us no good, mean us no good. You shouldn't be competing with nobody with the same color skin that you have, you feel me? Because we already up against the 8 ball. You feel what I'm saying? It's time we open up our eyes, man. Boss.
Body to be global. And we ain't playing with you.
Damn, I did not hit my mute button. I'll be damn. Sorry for the echo there. Salute, and shrinking Sharon in the building. Brother Questman is slid in the door. Thank y'all for coming in. But I just want to touch on these things that's been on my mind lately. This is not being a part of an in crowd. It's not a popularity contest. This is a movement. There's no other way to put it. It's a movement. I was in John Live today, and Mr. Robinson was just explaining all the things he's been doing to try to find his son, all the things he is doing to try to find his son, because the people that's supposed to serve and protect us refuse to help this man. If you gonna let him and do all the investigating his damn self, then won't you let us police ourselves then? How about that? Don't come in our neighborhoods then. Let us do it. Since we have to investigate and find evidence for you motherfuckers. See, these are all the things that GMJ is trying to teach us. Love you too, John. I'm not GMJ, and I'm damn sure not trying to take his place, but I support him. Anything that man asks me to do, I'm on it. If I can do it, I'm on it. We can't do everything. That's why I say play your position. Play your goddamn position. I just shared a case on my other channel, Community Crime Network. Black man got stabbed. He in the elevator, bleeding out. 27 minutes before the first cop got there. Not doing the goddamn thing. He called for the ambulance. Called for the medics. His girlfriend sitting on the steps like, you're not going to help him? He's just bleeding. I ain't medical. What I supposed to do? Did you know what you're supposed to do? Stop the bleeding. They supposed to protect and serve us, right? Boy, stop. 27 minutes after that, 30 minutes after that, ambulance got there, took him to the hospital, and died. You don't want to touch this man like he got a disease or something. Fuck. A lot of people say, boss, get your ass out the house. For what? If I'm going to die, I'd rather die right here in my house, peacefully. This world is a fucked up place, man. If you ain't helping the movement, move out the way. Like Luda say, move, bitch. Some people just want to be seen. It ain't about that. We trying to make life better for our kids and they kids and they kids. I don't want to leave this earth sitting back wondering, did I do enough? Did I do anything to try to help? Do something, man. Just do something. Play your part. I'm gonna drop this link. You want to come up here and speak your piece, feel free to do so. If we have multiple people up on the panel, just make sure you have panel courtesy. Everybody want to get their piece in. That's one thing I love about my Black Sector Mafia brothers, man. Them boys are woke. I talk to them dudes every day, man. It'd be beautiful conversation. We clown and we joke, but we have serious, real life discussions, whether we agree with each other or not, but it's on some real life shit that can help better our lives. And my brother Port City, shit. If that ain't the blackest motherfucker I know. And I ain't talking about his skin color. That dude right here, he love his black people. He love his black people. Sometimes I'm like, goddamn, boy, goddamn, calm down. But I understand. If we had the recipe to end all this shit that we deal with on a daily basis, don't you think it would have happened by now? It's trial and error, people. Like Cat Williams said, try again. And I tell y'all, I love y'all. Goddamn it, I mean that shit. I don't take it for granted when y'all come over here and hang out with me and chill with me, listen to music, chat with me, talk with me, get on the pill. I don't take none of that for granted. Because you ain't have to be here. Let me bring on my big brother, man. The Godfather's in the building. What's going on, John?
Brother Boss.
What's going on, family?
Oh, how are you?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right.
I feel you. You're speaking tonight. You're speaking real words.
Appreciate that.
No, you got it. You got it.
Speaking from the heart, man. Just speaking from the heart. I don't do this shit for no clout, man.
No, I know that. I know that.
And I just wish people could see the difference from those that do.
I mean, it's real simple. You know, when people care, when people really care, they're on another side of themselves when they do. You know, it's not about, I guess, the everyday, you know, stuff they go through. My father once said, and God bless him, it's not so much the noise you hear when you're awake, but it's the things that you dream about that you hear. And when you can connect, you know, this thing called life.
Hold on, John. Hold on.
Okay.
Say that one more time, John. Say that one more time.
Okay. It's not about the things that you think about when you're awake, when you are awake. It's the things you dream about that you hear. It's not about the things that you think about when you are awoke or awake. It's the things you think about when you are asleep in your dreams. Those things are real. They're a part of you because those things that you think about when you're asleep, you feel more. And when you're that way, you realize a whole lot more than the things you think about when you are awake.
I got you 100%.
Yeah. Okay.
That make, you gotta give them. You gotta give them the other saying. Hold on, before you do that, I want to welcome my big sister Lioness to the panel with us.
Miss Lorraine, I love the hell out of you. I love the Lioness. Yes, I do. Yes, I
Peace
do.
and blessings, everybody.
Yes, I do.
Peace and blessings, everybody.
Peace and blessings.
I heard you talking with that whipped cream voice.
No, don't bring up whipped cream on Boss's channel. I'll get in big trouble tomorrow.
Oh man!
But you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, Miss Lorraine is old school like me, and those things that, try to contaminate our minds when we are awake, is one thing. As we sit back and think about those things that, we think we know, we think we have all the, evidence or, whatever. When we go to sleep, that's when God comes in, that inner God, that peaceful sensation that says, let me help you to review your day or your experience here on earth. And those are the things that we, remember the most.
Absolutely.
But yet we can't share outside because, it's a big line between, humanity, this earth, this experience, and God, because there's a separation of church and state. And I don't mean church like, the building. I mean the church that is inside of you.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. I was just gonna go to Miss Lorraine.
Okay.
She'll be back, but
yeah, I know she will.
You gotta give me my favorite saying because it actually goes with my title or what I actually said in my description. You know my favorite saying your father said.
Yep.
I want to touch on that.
Say again?
I want you to give him that quote that you always talk to me about that your father gave you.
Oh, what you do speaks so loud. What you say, I can't understand sometimes, and action is a thing that holds more the truth than anything else that we can say.
Bingo.
Okay?
Bingo.
Right there. That's where it lives. So if we see the truth, and Mr. Boss Blake, my brother, I love you to death for doing what you're doing on your channel. You bring crystal clear perspective on the things that you see because of the things people do. And then you can make your assessment from your perspective exactly clear. I try to do that on my channel, and yet people still may have a difference of opinion, and that's okay. And that's okay. But you have to look at it like Boss does, like I do, like Mr. Lorraine does. It's not one time. It's not the first time. It's the second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth, maybe seventh time.
Preach, brother. Preach.
Okay.
Brother.
You
Preach.
have to see these things. You have to hear these things again and again and again and again and again. And then you come to your conclusion. Only your conclusion. No one will ever shake your conclusion because you looked at it hard enough, deep enough to say, I got it.
In the church,
okay,
say,
and that's where Mr. Boss Blake and Miss Lorraine live, because I live in their neighborhood, and that's what got me, so locked on to the wisdom that the both of these individuals, put out there. They put it out.
Yes. Hey, John, let me know how much you know me, man. Because you hit it on the head.
That's why I said in the chat room, I feel where you're coming from tonight. It takes that dynamic of a human being to put to put yourself in someone's shoes, right, to feel where they're coming from, to know what that dynamic is. They're not just saying what it is that they're saying for the moment, and you put it out there, and Miss Lorraine Queen Lioness has put it out on this channel.
We're referring to,
yes,
because we not just to be backbiters, but to discuss what we feel.
You Borgen, Linus, you were Borgen. You sound like a robot. I can hardly hear you. I don't know what happened, but might have a bad signal, maybe. Say something. See, I can't even hear it all now. Yeah, see, you kept dropping down, so I figured you had like a bad signal.
Right.
If you're saying anything, we can't hear you.
Take some time to shift the phone, maybe the tablet, she's working from.
But you hit it on the head, my brother, because I do like to give people an opportunity. You still in and out, Linus. You want to try to drop down and come back up?
We got to create a super chat for Miss Lorraine to upgrade her Wi-Fi service. Definitely, so that this way, when she comes on, she won't have that issue.
And it seems like it's only when she first come on.
Right.
That's weird. Because when she's up here for a while, it goes away and she's able to talk. You still Borgen, if that's what they call it. Borgen.
Yeah, well, go back out
and come back in.
Yeah. Because whenever she does that, she comes in a little bit better.
No.
Yeah, not on this single. Not on the single you're on. Go back out, come back in, and hopefully
we'll hit a song real quick.
It'll be clear.
We're gonna hit a song real quick because we can't hear you, Miss Lorraine.
Okay.
This is Body the Big Global, baby. Can't take back my mistakes. I can only move forward. cause it's done. Don't judge me on my past life. Don't judge me for my past problems. Don't judge me for the past struggles. Love me for who I am. Love me for who I am. Don't judge me for my past life. Don't judge me for my past problems. Don't judge me for the past struggles. Love me for who I am. Love me for who I am.
Don't you judge me, never do that. You should've knew that. Send a shot, I'm sending two back. The vest is going through that. Now these sticky situations had me stuck like a glue trap. I'm like, why would you do that? I promised them a true fact. Now who that? Acting all new black, like they would never do that. Keep it real, pimp, and tell me where the truth at. If you make mistakes, then learn from them. You don't gotta burn from them. When they wanna judge, swerve on them. Flip a bird, homie. They got some nerve, though. I got a couple words for them. I made it out the hood, pimpin', I live in the burbs, homie. Niggas don't act right, they judge you by your past life. And it don't really matter, got my bag right.
Can't take back my mistakes, I can only move forward. Can't undo what's been done, cause it's done. Don't judge me on my past life. Don't judge me for my past problems. Don't judge me for the past struggles. Love me for who I am. Love me for who I am. Don't judge me for my past life. Don't judge me for my past problems. Don't judge me for the past struggles. Love me for who I am. Love me for who I am.
Now if you're living in the past and this way you stay, I'm trying to make a new path for some better days. And all my old ways, I put them with the throwaways. And if you're living for the day, the problems go away. I'm trying to reach the golden gate, and that's what motivate. Cause you would never know the day. So focus on your play, you never try to eliminate. Pimp and try to demonstrate. Remember how the winners at it, trying to put it into play. No, my mistakes were never made. The shit you gotta face, just never fold or never break. I promise you'll be straight, but you can never run from fate. On God, you won't be late. Don't let a hater hate. It's okay because you here today.
Can't take back my mistakes, I can only move forward. Can't undo what's been done, cause it's done. Don't judge me on my past life. Don't judge me for my past problems. Don't judge me for the past struggles. Love me for who I am. Love me for who I am. Don't judge me for my past life. Don't judge me for my past problems. Don't judge me for the past struggles. Love me for who I am. Love me for who I am. I take each day as it comes. I keep looking forward. I won't dwell on the mistakes from the past. You shouldn't have done. Oh. Can't take back my mistakes. I can only move forward. Can't undo what's been done, cause it's done.
Let's go.
Don't judge me on my past life.
Oh, yeah.
Don't judge me for my past problems.
Oh, yeah.
Don't judge me for the past struggles. Love me for who I am. Love me for who I am. Don't judge me for my past life. Don't judge me for my past problems. Don't judge me for the past struggles. Love me for who I am. Love me for who I am.
All right, that was Past Life. Balance, that'll be on my next project dropping next year, beginning of next year. So yeah, got a little while to wait though. Sorry about that. But BSM dropping our new project coming the end of this summer, beginning of fall. So be ready for that.
Okay.
We just dropped our brand new single. All right, Lon, let's see if
I just wanted to say, boss, I just got a text message from Mr. David Robinson, and he mentions you in the text and says thank you so much for your support on my channel regarding his case.
Tell him it's all love. He welcome, no problem.
Okay,
no problem.
I'll let him know.
All right, Linus, you good to go? What up, B1?
Yeah, what's going on, man?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead, Linus.
Green light.
Okay. Now, what I was saying earlier is that I can feel the anxiety, your frustration, with what goes on. and how people respond. Um, as long as you're playing music, some people are okay. When you get on a particular subject, some people fall off. You mentioned GMJ, and people go from one extreme to the other. But it's almost like clout, clout chasing, and none of us is that important, not individually, to be followed like that. And if we were paying attention when we were listening to the lessons, we'd understand what's happening now.
Exactly.
He told you, he told us, and it's I don't know what to say about it, but like I said, I understand your frustration. He talked about the monsters on our street, not calling the police into our neighborhoods because they don't live there, they don't know us, they don't understand us, and they can come there and pretend they know the language. They can talk to us how they want to, so they sing. A lot of them come and sing and dance and everything else. But are they protecting us? Are they serving us? Or just having something to do? There's a lot of frustrating things going on right now. And the last thing we need is the police running up in our neighborhoods, and we need to stop calling them. I said that before. We need to stop calling them in our neighborhood. We need to start policing our own communities.
Absolutely.
Period.
Absolutely.
And if you can carry a weapon or can be armed, do that. Do that. But don't be a Barney Fife. One bullet gun. Shoot yourself in the foot or accidentally shoot somebody's child because you want to show off. Be real. Be real and sincere and protect your own neighborhood. Protect your own domicile, your residence. And then the neighbors is next. But start with you first.
Yeah, because no one else is going to do that but us.
No.
But us.
Absolutely.
They have taken, our own responsibility. If you look at it, they've taken, parental guidance of children, family guidance of family away from us. So now they make it into certain laws that stem over to say,
I agree.
In a short period of time, if y'all ain't going to do it, then we can step in and do it. And the thing that they're doing, we're not liking because it's beyond. It's totally beyond the family. Absolutely. And they can make us hurt for it. And
everybody's scared of the law instead of handling business.
Exactly. They have made us hurt because they did that. So now what we have to do to get that power back, if we want to discipline our kids, there's no one there but us to do that. Not to the extreme like we're seeing today. Never.
Yeah, because they were jealous. They were jealous because their kids
You breaking up, B1.
We're in public.
Breaking up, B1.
You see what?
You breaking up. You sound like Miss Lorraine did when she came up.
Come back.
Hold on. All right, you can hear me now?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes.
Yep.
Everybody hear me peacefully?
We hear you.
Are you in motion?
Like I was saying, everybody else kids, they put them in the court. Our kids got their box put out on their backside. So when you walk in these grocery stores and everything, you better act accordingly. I'm still breaking up.
Yeah, you still breaking up, bro.
Yeah. Bad.
Yeah, it's coming in strong, and then you
Wow.
just go
John,
right out.
John, you were talking about us not being able to discipline our children.
Right.
I had to take my 14-year-old granddaughter for her yearly checkup. You know, she's still in pediatrics, but you know, she's got to go once a year. And so they give them a survey to fill out about how they're feeling about things, and if they're anxious, or you know, if there's anything they want to talk about. So when we got in there, she was given that form. She filled it out. Then when the doctor came in, they looked at the form, and she said, "There's some things you want to talk about." So my granddaughter looked up at me, and I said, "Do I need to leave?" They both said, "Yes, maybe you should." I left. When I came back, this little black doctor, a little female doctor, told me that maybe she needed some mental health counseling. I said, "Why?" We've been through that. She went through a couple
Wow.
of years of ADHD medication and counseling. I said, and I took
And
her
that's where they
out of
get you
that.
at.
She said, you know what I told her? Hell no. I said, I don't know what the problem is. I said, but she can't walk around pouting in my house, washing dishes and they're still dirty, and then her be able to sit up and watch TV all day. Not in my house.
Right.
I said, and another problem is she's got some people whispering in her ear. I said she gets survivor's benefits, but the card is in my name. If she came up with a list of personal items she needed, we would go to the store together. I'd give her the card. She'd purchase, so she would learn to use the card, how to spend money. I'd give her the card so she could do it, but we keep the receipts. This heifer showed me the receipt. I asked her, I don't know where it is. Find the receipt. She bought me a receipt, and she had taken out $60 extra. See, her mother did that. Her mother put it in her head that since she's got money, I should buy her a wig because she wants to learn how to style hair. And I pulled my headpiece off in front of this little black doctor, and I said, "You see all this hair I've got? You see all the hair she's got? She can practice on us. I'm not buying her a wig." And no, if she needs counseling, she can get it at school, or we can sit and talk about it at home. And that was that. See, they did that to me once already. She's not having anxiety attacks. She was having a temper tantrum. She was anxious about going to school. She was nervous about it. She didn't want to be around any 18-year-old boy. She's going into 9th grade, and there's 12th graders there. I said, what makes you think an 18-year-old wants to be bothered with a 9th grader? You know, there's nothing wrong with you, but what's wrong with you? Too much TV. All the media.
That is bull crap.
The shows they watch. The way the girls act. Yes, the stuff they watch on TV. So I make them turn it off. They can only watch for so long. They can only watch certain things because they imitate it. They imitate it. And Barack Obama said, turn off the TV. Didn't nobody want to hear what he had to say either. He wasn't black enough.
He said
But he raised some black women.
Well, actually, he wasn't.
Well, I know. Okay, let's not get into politics. I was getting into.
Before we do that, let me get back off what you said. You're 100% right. You touched my heart on what you just said. And I'm going to tell you how these school systems do it. They have certain percentages. They got to make a certain percentage to get government money. The school teacher that's in the chat and everything knows that. So what they do is come to your kid and tell them that they ADHD. They would tell them that they got a learning disability, and that's 100% not true. I had to deal with that personally in my life. And this really touched me, and it really pisses me off. And I stayed in a neighborhood. Jay know what I'm talking about. I stayed in a neighborhood where all the black kids was so-called ADHD. You know, that 504 plan. and they were trying to put everybody kids on as far as Adderall and everything else. And you might have me myself on some personal stuff, and I will say this to the world. On personal stuff, I only have one kid, you know, right now. I only have one kid. I got two kids, but I got one. So if he don't have a lot of company, of course, if he go to school, you know, he might be a little wild. He was a kid then, you know. Kids are going to be kids. You can't stop a kid from being a goddamn kid. So
yes,
I had to go to the school, and they were telling me that my son was ADHD, and then I denied everything. Like you said, like, man, get the fuck out of here. There's nothing wrong with my son. My son will go home and do his homework, and it will be great, you know.
Yeah.
But when he went to school and still was making good grades, but they still wanted to come after him. You know what I'm saying? So
yes, they wanted to control how he acted and how he responded.
Hold on, because I'm finna hit you with something. You caught me right when I'm about to hit you with something real. That's real. Now see, after they couldn't fall for that.
No. One thing I gotta say this, because I don't know if I got ADHD. I can't stand the interrupting. I don't do that. Y'all see how I sit back and be quiet? If you gonna interrupt somebody, I'm gonna drop you off. Point blank, period. I can't deal with that. That irks me. So one at a time, please.
That's right here. So when
you didn't hear nothing I said, did you, B1? You was steady. You still talking. You must be got a lag or a Borg or something. Can you hear me, B1?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Go ahead.
Can I finish?
Did you hear what I said? I'm just saying the interrupting. We don't deal with that. So
I didn't interrupt him.
Go ahead, B1.
Okay. Anyway, that's what I was saying. What I'm saying is, after that tactic didn't work, they tried to come to me with some old 504 plan, and this the key. They would tell you if you go to social services or everything else and say that your kid is ADHD, you can get $300 to $600 a month just because your kid is ADHD. So if you dumb enough to fall for the banana in the tailpipe, they would drug your kid up, and your kid won't have their mind about time they turn age 15. And I done seen them do this to a lot of middle class poor people, basically poor people. Middle class is something they say on the news was basically poor people. But they done that many a times to poor people, and it hurt my feelings, man. I told them, hell no. I packed up and got the fuck out of there. And you know what? My son is in a private school right now making straight A's and B's. It's nothing wrong with him. Period. Don't listen to them. That's pure white supremacy. And I'm done. It's your floor.
Yes, it is.
I actually agree with that. Because, you know, my mom said the same thing with Taylor. She just, when it's time to do her homework, she don't really focus on the homework. She just want to do something else. I said, I wonder if she got some type of focus. My mama, I ain't trying to hear that shit. She ain't going to no doctor for none of that. That's all they want to do is put these kids on pills. So I understand where you and Mr. Rain coming from. You know what I'm saying? They'll put the kids on these medications, and then they around here walking like a goddamn zombie. So I get where y'all both coming from on that. And,
Well, I heard. Go ahead.
You know, the imposition, and that's what this is. You know, when it pertains to our kids, our children, you know, we have these outside sources that come in and create an imposition out of everything that we're supposed to be listening to from them, whether it be school authorities, law enforcement, etc., etc. You know, these impositions give them some kind of power, and it's the power that we release to them when a bill is passed in government, giving us the ideal of intervention. When it comes to these types of situations, and this is where we need to push back. When you have a bill, whether it be anything of a child credit, for taxes or anything like that, you have to filter it out. What are these people, looking to really get? And so far, we find more so than ever before an imposition of government in a way that affects child human services, family services, child protective services in its entirety. And once they have that leeway to say, well, the public agrees with us and they're along with it, to have our family subjected to certain situations, whether it's mental health or anything of that dynamic, a child is not doing well in school, or the teacher being paid by government grants, that school, public school, feels in some way, shape, or form that they can, make certain calls about your child. It's dangerous. The whole damn thing is dangerous. And that's what it's causing a lot of what we see here now today.
Right. I want to welcome the brother Quest Man to the live. What's going on, Quest Man? Appreciate that, John.
Quest.
Yes, indeed. Peace and blessings. Can you hear me pretty good?
Yeah, welcome.
Welcome.
Yes,
Thanks.
sir. Yes,
Asante
sir.
Sana. If you don't mind, in flowing with this the conversation here, one of the things that I've been promoting and trying to encourage that we do is reevaluate our reference points, because too often our reference points have derived from liars. And I'm saying this, that we've become so trusting in our enemy that we'll acknowledge that the enemy tells lies, but still we trust the enemy's lies. You understand? Right. So it's like, well, we know that here when they're running for a campaign, when they're doing this, that, lies. But here in school, we'll trust that part, or here in this particular thing, we'll trust that part.
Preach.
But it's all lies. So what I'm suggesting is that we reevaluate ourselves. We get our learned ones, our ones that really are about what this is, and really reevaluate who we are, what we are, for the benefit of ourselves. You understand? And then build on that that basis. You understand? And just like a court of law, when a judge makes a certain ruling, it can become there's a term for it, it's like retroactive or something. There's another word they use legally, but so that whoever comes next, those same rulings can apply to that person. You understand? Because now it's been put forth, like that Roe versus Wade situation. That was a retroactive ruling, so everything that came after it was able to fall under that ruling, and of course until now when it's been abolished.
You know something, brother? I agree with you, but when you have the other issue, that's one issue you just brought up.
Mm-hmm.
But now when you have a mental health issue pertaining to adults, that have children, now you've got a separate compartmentalized issue because they're going through child raising years, and we don't know how old they are. We find out how old they are through the stories that come out.
I got a question for you.
Yeah, I mean, no problem. But what I'm saying is that you bring up a valid point, which is just one issue.
Yeah.
The second issue is mental health.
Yep.
Over the last 25 years, okay, we've had an inundation of opioid epidemics, drugs on the street, all this other stuff. And these more lean toward parents.
It's kind of funny that mental health popped up when the epidemic, when opioids came out.
Exactly.
That word mental health came out then. That's all I got to say.
Exactly. Thank you, brother. Thank you,
but
brother.
when crack came out, it wasn't no mental health, right?
No, exactly.
I'm just saying.
Well, let me ask you, brothers, this question. Okay, it's important to this element that you're trying to, the point you're trying to make here, I believe, in that, okay,
we was thugs and super thugs.
Who in here uses ointments for their hair?
Mental health.
Who in here uses like Afro Sheen or some type of anointment for their hair? Anybody?
I do.
I don't use creamy crack.
What I'm saying is, do we anoint our hair in some kind of way?
Wash it.
Okay.
I do.
But my point is that, what is essential for us, okay, even, hygienically, is not the same thing for another people. We have needs that are unique to us as a people. Okay, so I'm saying that because I'm not saying that there isn't mental health. I'm not saying anything like that. But I'm saying the healing or the cure for these type of things, or the ability to deal with them, is unique for us, and it doesn't make any sense to use rules that fit another people. Because this is the same trap we fell into on so many different ways when it comes to feminism, when it comes to all these other things that didn't even come from us, that came from people dealing with their own problems, and we absorbed it as if it was ours.
Okay, so it goes back to once again what I said, imposition. If something is happening with a specific culture, and we see what's going on with them, what you're saying right now is that that same information is being imposed on our people, like if we were their people at the same time. So rules, regulations, and laws that are passed, in essence, are to curb a lot of shit, and excuse my French, a lot of shit that is attached more so to their people. And when a situation comes up with our people that may be similar to theirs, then they can impose the same ideal or ideology from their people.
I call that deflection.
Okay, it is deflection, yes. And hence we get caught up in the same quagmire, if you will, with their people, so they can include us. Yeah, so they can include us in their quagmire to make sure that the bill that they pass under the law sticks. You get what I'm saying?
When they had the movement, the civil rights movement, for example, the movement was picking up a lot of steam. There was a lot of resources going into it. When the feminists and other groups saw this, they saw an opportunity to get their quote unquote cause recognized as well by riding on the backs of the civil rights movement. The end game ended up being they got what they wanted.
Who started the feminist group?
Hold on, but the civil rights did not get what they want. So they ended up riding on the back of their wave to benefit themselves, and then left us empty-handed.
There you go.
So similarly, in this case that we're talking about now, and by the way, brother YJ in the commentary, I know the difference between anointment and ointment. I intentionally said anointment because that's exactly what Messiah Yeshua experienced when Mary Magdalene anointed his hair with her oils.
Yeah,
You
it's a
understand?
big
So I
difference.
meant anointment
Big
on
difference.
purpose. I didn't mean ointment. I would have said ointment and not anointment. But anyway, I
You
just
all
wanted
right,
to
bro?
put that there. So what I'm saying here
Uh,
is
I'm gonna let you talk, man.
we see. So what ends up happening is we end up absorbing into ourselves because of this integrationist ideology. You understand, where we believe that somehow we're all the same, and we're not. We're not even the same species. But that's another conversation for another day. But what I'm saying here is we because of how we've been brought up in this land, because of our history, our circumstances, I should say, things that have been taken away from us in our attempt to fill in the blanks where they've been removed and forcefully stolen from us and hindered from us or taken away from us. We've had to put in the blanks things that came from these snakes in the grass. You understand?
Right.
And
Exactly.
so for example, when you think of that about the idea that our sisters want to straighten their hair, we weren't interested in straightening our hair before we got here. So where did the idea come from? Nobody was thinking, hey, that's a good idea, straighten our hair. They got the idea because, look
Self-hate.
at them.
Self-hate.
Right.
It's self-hate.
Right.
So what I'm saying here is that
and it's not just the sister.
it's right. You're right. But what I'm saying here is that we need to look at that when it comes to reevaluating ourselves. Where did we get the ideas from? Yes, there's mental health. That is a concern that any human, anything that exists. I mean, even animals can suffer something.
Where we got that idea from is we tied up in white supremacy. That's where we got it from.
Okay. Okay, so that means
what's the
hold on.
That's what we got. It's simple.
Okay.
I just want our sister to be able to get some peace in because she's been over there patient. Ron, if you had something you want to say?
Yeah, I think I remember what it was. What I was gonna say earlier was that the black male child has melanin in him that makes him different from everybody else. He's not gonna sit still like a little white boy in the classroom. He has to be doing something. He has to be in motion to be alive. And so they consider him hyper. But when the little white child isn't still, he's got a mental problem or a handicap that's not treated the same way. And so the thing is now there was a book about, there was a 3-volume book about the miseducation of black boys. And the thing is that before we came here, their lessons were at the foot of the mother, the grandmother, with the uncles, with the fathers. They were taught things. They were moving. There was movement involved. They didn't have to sit still and listen to lectures. Instead of lectures, they had hands-on training. Whether they were throwing spears or just climbing trees and the bungee jumping. See, all that's daredevil stuff that's come here. The kayaking and going down in shark cages and all that kind of mess. How many black people do you see that have gotten bit by sharks? How many Hawaiians are all maimed and crippled because they've been playing, in the sharks? They've got pearl divers that have gone down and not, and been trained to hold their breath long enough to pull up the oysters to check for pearls. And so we incorporated their madness, their madness into our lifestyles, and we can't deal with it. We can't. We're not supposed to. Like I said,
We're
that
not compatible
melanin
with it.
makes us move.
Right. And
That's
that's
right.
why I
That's
brought
and
up,
you said something
I
on
think,
your show the other night about the Neanderthal and how he and Yakub and the creation of the white man. It's like
Bazungu.
I got goosebumps when you said it because it's believable. Whether anybody
Yeah.
wants to believe it or not, we're not the same, and they cannot be us. They came from us, but they can't be us. And like I said, they
Never.
can speak our language, they can come and do our dance, but it's not going to change anything.
And even then they
they
struggle.
they made a mistake. That's right.
Yo,
And they took the
yo,
rag off Aunt Jemima's head. That's Pearl Milling Company now.
Yep.
I forgot what they changed Uncle Ben to, but see, we don't have to play step and fetch it anymore because we've come to the realization that we're not the same, and we don't have to do that anymore. I don't have to nurse the white woman's child down the street in order to feed my children. I don't have to do her laundry in order for her laundry to get done. You know, things have changed. Things have changed, and it's not gonna go back. It's not gonna go back. And okay, you guys can have the floor again.
I think that
I want to.
I think
I
that
want.
I'm sorry, brother boss. I think that Shana Carter, that's in the chat, put one word in there that is supreme to everything that we're talking about. One word: fragmentation. You know, when you can't do that, fragmentation, like, you know, we experience on our computer. You know, if you have to defrag something, you're trying to bring together parts and pieces that are broken apart in the system. So when you're dealing with a defragmented part, you know how to bring it back together. Anytime they do, they bring it back together. That serves more of the overall culture than the culture that is next to them, which is us. We built this country. We put blood, sweat, and tears into this country. They know it. They know it. They use the Chinese to do it too, for the railroads. They used a lot of different people to build the country that we're in today. And so, you know, to take a look at the overall fabric of something that says the United States of America, you know, looking at it from a map, we can say, oh, yeah, we're all together with borderlines, and you know, we all talk differently here in the north and the south and the west and the east. Okay. But still, defragmentation is, you know, a part of the protocol that has broken us up to a point to where, you know, we've given more power away to that defragmentation than anything else. And I think we should take it back. You know, we know how to raise our kids if we are sober and straight and right-minded, according to God's law and God's will. That we've always done. We have always done that.
True that. Be one.
Yeah, true that. Man, I'm going to go back to a little piece of what she said. Then I'm going to go right back to the DMG. Let's say this right here. When they were telling us that we had spears and everything, I was in third grade. I never forget this right here. I was in third grade, and the teacher told me that my black folks came from Africa and we was swinging on trees. That's a lie. Malcolm X on that. We never purely a lie. And if you actually believe that, then just reevaluate yourself and then study your history. But
You're breaking up. You're
Breaking
breaking
up,
up.
man.
Yeah, Fred Hampton. The same way they did I forgot his name. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Storley Carmichael. Well, he had to go to Africa and everything just to get away from him. They pull the same thing because they scared of a Messiah. The FBI.
Yes.
The FBI done that. Because they're scared of a Messiah. So the FBI been doing that to us for years. We haven't killed nobody. We're not terrorists in this country. Nobody got murdered. No politicians got murdered. All we want is something better for us. That's it. But time somebody stand up. Martin Luther King. I'm going to tell you why they killed Martin Luther King. A lot of people don't know this. Martin Luther King was the smartest black dude that ever touched down in America. Because you know why? He was peaceful. He did the Million Man March and everything. But you know why they killed him? Because he had a group behind him. No longer did he talk.
Breaking up again. Can't hear you, bro. You completely
Folks stuck together, and anybody who had a car, anybody. Hold on.
Repeat.
You breaking up, bro. You gotta repeat all that. You gotta repeat all that. We ain't hear nothing you just said.
Yeah, you just skipped over it. Repeat, please. Please.
Can y'all hear me?
Now again, it's going in and out. You'll talk, we'll hear you, and then you just go away completely.
Okay. Oh, good grief, man! I was killing it. Good grief. Okay.
You was talking about Martin Luther King and why they killed him, and you said something about he had a bunch of people behind him, and that's where you went out.
This is exactly why they killed him. I'm gonna tell everybody on the panel and in the chat why they killed him. They killed him because he was a peaceful dude, but he had control. I ain't gonna say control, but he led black folks to be peaceful and learn how to boycott. And see, this is the problem that we don't have today. He boycotted the buses that put black folks in the back of the buses. And when you fuck with white folks' money, they changed their mind real quick. So they were like, oh my goodness. Black folks stuck together. They say black folks, you have people that don't know no better. These new millennials talking about black folks can't stick together. That's a lie. It just take the right person with the right mind and the right words to get everybody to stick together.
I agree.
Black folks was like Mexicans, man. They had about 5 people in the cars. They refused to ride that bus. They refused to ride that bus because he boycotted. Guess what? Black folks still in the front, nigga. You can slap the goddamn driver in the back of the head to the day. You know what I'm saying? That was scary to them. Because the simple fact is, if you take the money, you get more respect.
Yep.
Now let's fast forward right now with Gucci coming out with goddamn racist shit with black monkeys on the goddamn Gucci shirts and everything, and black folks still lined up to the store to go buy this shit for hundreds of fucking dollars. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, Martin Luther King, he was so strong that his words were so positive that everybody listened to him. You know what I'm saying? And that's the same thing with Jay. You know, people were starting to listen to him. Black folks were starting to get guns and protect themselves. And everybody, they was like, oh, no, that's no go. That's no go. You can go buy, other people can go buy ammunition for dirt cheap. You know what I'm saying? No problem. They would tell you what to get to stop a motherfucker. Like Dave Chappelle said in this comedy. one of my favorite dudes, the man Keep It Real, but he actually said one time that he went to a local store, local Walmart or Target or whatever, and they told him the right thing to stop somebody.
Yep, that's true.
But man, that's all I'm saying on that point, man. People gotta just realize what's going on, man. And that's why they stopped that man, just like they did Fred Hampton. Fred Hampton, why they stopped him, the number one thing why they stopped him, if you paid attention to that Black Messiah movie, is he went to the poor white folks. You know what I'm saying? He went to the poor white folks church and then got them together. If you want to stop racism and white supremacy in this country, if you get the poor white folks and black folks together, oh man, that's unstoppable.
And
so they had to take him out.
And it goes right back.
They had to take him out.
Exactly. And I appreciate
they had to take him out. Because when he did that rally and white folks and black folks was together, they were like, oh man, we got to kill him.
So what did they do?
The same thing with Martin Luther King. He had to go.
What did they do? What did they do? Correct. And that goes right back to what Miss Shana Carter said in the chat. One word makes a lot of sense to me. Defragmentation. When you can have a system acknowledge what you just said, and the brother to your right has been saying, Miss Lorraine has been saying, Brother Boss brings this topic up. There is a systematic defragmentation going on, to break us up.
Brother, I could go deeper than that, but like you said in the beginning of the live, he don't want me to go with politics. So I'm gonna be quiet on that one.
I know you can, but I gotta turn it back over to Boss Blake because he's got a sensational live going on, and we're talking about the topics that mean the most to people, especially reflective of everything that we're talking about. Defragmentation. If anything, Miss Shana Carter in the chat, I will always remember just that one word because you hit it right there on the head. I love you. Thank you.
We're going to hit up with this song. We're going to come back and we're going to wrap things up. Y'all sit tight, please.
Talk that shit. Hey, grab a seat and listen close. Cause y'all niggas off key, like missing notes. You tend to glorify the dope, man. You take the money from your hand while it's freedom on the ropes, man. Now that's a joke, man. Protect your folks and let them know, man. We must survive in this cold land. It ain't nowhere to go, fam. We just roaming on this lonely road. And when we win, we take a toast in. The gatekeeper keep letting dummies in. Our president, he's not intelligent. That's the reason we in hella shit. I fuck, we gotta settle this. Just ride Lonzo, baby, settle in. I hope they know that we ain't scared of it. We not tripping over medicine. See, Dr. CB, he was relevant. The earthly herbs, they was prevalent. But nobody would tell us this. See, common sense, some people miss it. Got us once, my nigga, but we won't fail again.
I got the call, I've been sent the mission. Many trails can lead to one road, trying to expand the sense of vision. Eyes open, now I'm thinking more, it's hard to close them. Eyes open, now I'm thinking more, it's more devotion. I got the call, I've been sent the mission. Many trails can lead to one road, trying to expand the sense of vision. Eyes open, now I'm thinking more, it's hard to close them. Eyes open, now I'm thinking more, it's more devotion.
They tell me follow suit, but I don't dress them up. It's just the way to bait you in, then confessions come. I'd rather lead the pack to the meal meat, so we can all eat from the same beast. Niggas claiming blocks, but they don't own their cells. Like people purchase water and everywhere it's well. It never makes sense or even add up. when they tax you for a thought to keep your bread up. And I'ma stay humble to this other nigga. When this other nigga tell me that it's other niggas, the world's been a trap, I'm a underdigger. I overstand the levels, y'all standing under niggas. Niggas brain stuck up on a spin cycle, like Dirty Diana, no offense, Michael. Searching for a vision, I'ma see the light, and I'ma make it make sense, cause I'm the author, right?
I got the call, I've been sent the mission. Many trails can lead to one road, trying to expand the sense of vision. Eyes open, now I'm thinking more, it's hard to close them. Eyes open, now I'm thinking more, it's more devotion. I got the call, I've been sent the mission. Many trails can lead to one road, trying to expand the sense of vision. Eyes open, now I'm thinking more, it's hard to close them. Eyes open, now I'm thinking more, it's more devotion. Yeah. Things have changed after the narrative shift, and it all changes. Caught up in the mix, like can you coexist? Or is the pressure just too much to handle? I just hope you got the sense of vision to detect another scandal. And it done been a long road, but I can't fall, no, not today. Part of the plan is to expand. When the shit tough, get right back at it, pick it up, tell them about it though. Yeah, what? Subtle senses, go. Feeling like a pit bull with success on the outlier while I circle the fences. That shit deep there, that's just a dose of imagery so we can be clear. I took some time to reconsider life, cause if I didn't, that'd be the same as laying up with a bitter wife. Something gotta give, what it's gonna be, so it's all on me. Do what's best for my sanity. I got the call, I've been sent the mission. Many trails can lead to one road, trying to expand the sense of vision. Eyes open, now I'm thinking more, it's hard to close them. Eyes open, now I'm thinking more, it's more devotion. I got the call, I've been sent the mission. Many trails can lead to one road, trying to expand the sense of vision. Eyes open, now I'm thinking more, it's hard to close them. Eyes open, now I'm thinking more, it's more devotion. Yeah, something don't feel right. Oh, one last thing. Now ride out. It done been a long road, trying to find my sense of vision. Ride out. Yeah, that felt better. Come again. Shout out. Guidance music. Guidance on the slap.
That was Sense of Vision on my Inspired 2 project. Came out in February. As I was stating earlier in my live, so I had some good news about that project. I've just eclipsed over 100,000 streams for that project. Never been done in my city as an independent artist that's huge. No bots as a view, no paid streams, straight organic streams, over 100,000. So I want to thank everybody who, went to Spotify and streamed, and that's just Spotify alone. So I want to thank everybody who listened to it, whoever purchased the project. You got nothing but love for me because it was another project for my people. So I want to thank you all for who took the time to go listen to the project. I don't know how many times, but I thank you. But we're going to go ahead and wrap it up with our final thoughts. This is a great discussion, great panel. I meant what I said earlier, and I stand by that. We're going to go ahead and do our final thoughts. We're going to start with our brother Questman, since he was the last one before we move to him. So drop your jewels, my brother. Everybody mute up, please.
Yes, indeed. Peace and blessings. One of the things I want to say is simply, when a star is at its greatest, I'm talking about like a star like the sun, is at its greatest strength, is when it's getting ready to become a supernova. And before it becomes a supernova, what it does is starts to draw in itself, and that energy starts to cause the hydrogen and helium the hydrogen to turn into helium and to expand and grow and grow and grow. Then it collapses in on itself. So much energy, so much force that it erupts into a supernova. I'm saying this to say that we as a people I believe we've reached a time in our life, especially when you see ones like brother, Grandmaster Jay and whatnot rise up, from amongst us. We've reached a time in our life where we have to withdraw into ourselves, our peoples, and start to really develop what that means from ourselves, strengthen our knowledge, strengthen our core, strengthen our library, our intellectual reserves, and so on, and rebuild ourselves from within. um I want to say it like this. It's not that we're saying that nobody else has anything to offer of knowledge and wisdom. You understand? But at this point in time, we have to be able to have a better self-awareness that comes from who we are as a people, and be able to have that proper knowledge of self. You understand? As a people, who are we? What does that mean? What makes us other than another group of people? What makes us distinct? We have to draw within ourselves again, get that charge again, that inner spiritual power again, so that we can explode. What happens when a star explodes as a supernova? All kinds of energy is released, and it's from a supernova that other stars come into being, and other planets come into being, and even galaxies come into being from a supernova. So we have to somehow manifest the similitude of that within our people. You understand? That's what I believe. When it comes to our scholars, when it comes to our learned ones, we talk about homeschooling, we talk about even medicinal resources, therapeutic resources. We need our learned ones to study us better for the benefit of us, not for someone else, but for the benefit of us, so that we can say, well, based upon our own self-evaluation, this is what's best for us, not based upon what he thinks about us or what she thinks about us, who's not even us, but our own self-evaluation in the name of the Most High. And then go from there, case by case by case. We need to really lift up our learned ones and really appreciate the resources of learning and intellect from our own people, just as we do with anybody else. You name any scholar from any other person or any other group of people or race of people, and you find all kinds of prominent, popular names. You understand? All kinds of popular titles that you can refer to: Albert Einstein, Newton, you name it. Okay, where are we to lift up Sirtima, Rashidi? On and I'm talking about learned ones, even Neil deGrasse. Let's lift up our people. You understand? And reference our people and make that our authority, our ultimate authority. And so, simply put, another example, we speak about Grandmaster Jay, and what is wrong that we take this person as, in a way, a hero? You understand? Of our, this is what people do. You go to different countries, different nations, and they've got people that they acknowledge as heroes that carried them their way. You understand? You go to the Ottomans, they have Usman, you understand, as their hero. You go to Arabia, they have the Prophet Muhammad as their hero. You go to China, they've got someone there as their hero. The peoples that they've looked up to, that lifted up their people and moved them to the next level. What's wrong with us identifying our own people and recognizing the greatness and the success and elevation that comes from our own people? We need to withdraw within and develop our and restore ourselves and to gain and harness that power that comes from within our own people. There's a saying: the Most High is closer to you than your jugular vein, closer to you. You understand? So if we consider that, our power source is going to be deep from within the fold of who and what we are. Let's go back there again, or forward to there again, I can say. So, yeah. I'm hoping that was understood.
I love it. I love it.
I'm sitting here talking. I got my mic muted. Appreciate that, bro, man.
I love it.
Awesome. That was awesome, bro. Appreciate you for dropping that, man. Always welcome up here, man. And I thank you for your knowledge. We're gonna keep it moving and move around to our sister. She had a lot of patience today. So Queen Lioness, drop your jewels.
Okay. I wanted to go back to something that B1 was talking about as far as white people being included and the fear that it created by Fred Hampton. My question or my thinking of it is, where did they go? That's the fragmentation. Why didn't what he started continue on? Because everybody's scattered out of fear, the fragmentation. And as long as there's somebody that can come amongst us and keep us divided, we'll never come together. And I've been listening. I've been going on a lot of people's platforms and listening, trying to learn more. And I got baited by a title. What I really think about Grandmaster Jay. I listened to it, and there was so much disinformation that I wanted to cry. I couldn't listen to the whole thing. I couldn't give him that kind of energy. He was saying that a militia is only created to take over the government. And how could a leader of a militia end up in trouble? So it's like, okay, he thinks he's talking to 2 and 3 year olds, or, just there was just too many people that came forward after Grandmaster Jay wasn't there that wanted to take over. And then after the people didn't follow and didn't take over, then Grandmaster Jay became the boogeyman, leading people astray. So that's where the fragmentation comes in. The devil, Shaitan Akbar, keeping people divided with little bitty lies, whisperings, and and it's sad, but it's not always going to be that way. And we'll soon see what the outcome will be. There was for those police officers to be arrested in Louisville by corrupt cops. Grandmaster Jay was arrested and imprisoned by the same people. Now, how can that slide? See, that's fragmentation. And how do we stop it? We can't. We've got to stop including them in our society. We have to create our own communities. We have to do for self. Papa Duck was talking about that, getting property, growing your own food, all the things that we used to do. The neighbors that had too many tomatoes, they went to somebody up the street. Somebody had some cabbage, it went to somebody up the street. Somebody lost their job, somebody was going to help them do something. If it was to give them sugar and Kool-Aid or butter and a loaf of bread. We don't do those things for each other anymore. Everybody's too busy following Gucci, being that gang, trying to get that bag, trying to get that clout. And you can't love Grandmaster Jay more than I do. Oh, I love his lips. I like this about him. And he went to jail and everybody started crying. Well, what about all the love you had? I just, like I said, I think everybody's sick and tired. I know I am. And I'm old. John, you included me in your age group. I'm old, much older than you are. And as a matter of fact, you could be my son. And the thing is I've been looking at it for so long, and I was confused by it for so long, and I fit the mold for so long, wanting to have the straight hair, and the lighter skin, and just now everybody's got the lace fronts and the hair going down, their backs, and all this weave that's giving them infections in their scalp because the hair isn't clean. They got nails that look like, they remind me of the chickens in my yard. And it's like, how How do you do anything with that? You cook with them things on your hands, and all they do is gather dirt, always picking them clean, you know. And like I said, I lost all that. I don't want to be a white woman anymore. I don't want to. I don't want a white woman trying to be a black woman. Not around me. Just leave me alone and let's do something. Let's do something. Something for ourselves, something for our communities, and we need to keep the popo out and do for self. And I hope I haven't said anything that offended anybody. That wasn't my intention. But what I said was the truth as far as I see it and the way I feel. And I appreciate being included in the panel. I just have to be patient, wait for the men to stop talking, wait for the chickens to stop crowing, and get my little 2 cents, get my little 2 cents in. And I appreciate it. And I'm looking forward to next Friday or the next time, whenever that is. And I thank you. I thank you. And peace and blessings to everybody in the chat and on the panel. And I'm going to drop down now.
I appreciate
Peace
you
and
live.
blessings.
That was powerful. It was real powerful.
Thank
Appreciate you. All right. That was the Lioness dropping her jewels, and those were definitely some jewels. She said, I'm tired. I don't want to be a white woman no more. Preach. All right, we're going to pass it on to my brother.
Wow.
John Q. The
Wow.
God. Drop your jewels, brother.
When Lorraine, when she gets up here, she drops the gems always, and the brother that's on the panel, and sorry if I, don't have your name.
That's Questman.
Questman. Okay. Thank you. It's a powerful thing to see how smart we are. It's a powerful thing to know how powerful we are as a people. All of us. You're black, brown, yellow, light skin, this skin, that skin, they skin, no skin, whatever. But this ain't, to me, we got a lot of things crazy because of what we hear. What we hear externally has always got to be some kind of differentiation of somebody's skin color in this dynamic. Tired of that. I'm tired of it. Blacks are doing this, browns are doing this, but they never say brown. They always say black. Light skins are doing this, but they always get thrown into the black category. If race isn't something that has been brought up case after case, I don't care where we see it. Race, there's a different kind doing the things that are happening in our world, our society, and all this stuff. Then we have no way of describing what that is other than how we can through the words of English. Now, English in pool, if you have played pool and you know what that's all about, and if you haven't played pool, there's a thing called English. And English is no more than a spin. At the bottom or the top or to the left or to the right. This is what we're getting. Because all of what we're experiencing to me is when I play pool, you have to use this thing called English to express how everything occurs. And when you do play pool, if you have, you'll know what I'm talking about. When the brother, Quest brings up his commentary tonight, as beautiful and pinpointed as he does, it means a lot. He touched me. He certainly has. An essence of who we are as a very powerful people, a dynamic. And when Miss Lorraine comes up and can speak the language and her experience of life, listen carefully, because the wisdom from that can teach us a lot. Always. I truly, appreciate the both of those two people, as well as the brother that fell off, in regards to our plight overall. Just us. Give or take, we're not looking at a color scheme ever. We're looking at the dynamics of human behavior, regardless of color scheme. White, black, this, that, all these labels. Damn. It doesn't messes things up, but it does educate us as to what's going on with people over time, over history, over a lot of what you've been exposed to in your life. What's going to change right now? What can change right now is mindset. It's all in mind. What you do speaks so loud, what you say, I do not understand. Sometimes means a lot. It means everything. Because what I see you do speaks more the truth than what you can say about it. And Brother Boss Blake, can only, try to provide the words that can speak the truth. I do on my channel. I try to. Directly from the source as it stands today. What does that say? You know what it says? It says, yeah, we need to change. We know that we do. We have to, because that is the form of life that we are a part of. It can only happen from that premise. When it does, then perhaps, just perhaps, we can be heard. Martin Luther King tried to do it. Malcolm X tried to do it. Medgar Evers tried to do it. What happened to those three individuals at that time? See? A lot of people don't like that noise. They didn't like that noise. You are trying to change our status quo, trying to change our system. Nope. And you saw what happened. Even to a white president on November 22nd of 1963, in the course of his travels through Dallas, Texas. For those of you who are old enough to remember that, what happened? That's how much they will make sure that whatever agenda needs to stay in place will stay in place to date. We can vote, we can do all sorts of things, but we have to be careful and be vigilant. I think the open eye on this conversation tonight, and God bless every single one of you for being here, is that, as individuals, we have to stay vigilant. We have to remain vigilant. It's not about who shows up in a suit and tie, who says what in politics, or maybe a leader outside of those windows, those doors, that shows up for our rights. But it all boils down to this: what we do as humans on this planet, how we conduct ourselves, what we are truly about outside of all the noise. You know something? The major responsibility lies always with us. You. Every single one of you. Every single one of you. Make the choice to do what it is that you do from a very minute point. But every action that you do creates everything above it. Remember that. Our choices are the things that we have to really deal with. Whether it be a murder case, missing person case, like Boss Blake covers on his channel, outside of all of that, it's choices. We have to be extremely mindful of our choices. Go slow. I've always said that. The seasons in our life do not come the next day. They come with time. And if we can take that time to educate our young, as well as the old tries to educate us in this thing called life, we'd be better off. All of us. Because wisdom always, from the eldest to the youngest, has always gone down into the family. And when we can remember those values, those same values that gave them their life to get that far, to give us our life where we are in our point in time, believe me, we're still here. We're still here. It produced a guy like Boss Blake. It produced a woman, a beautiful woman, a woman of wisdom like Miss Lorraine Muhammad, a brother like Quest, and everyone that joined the panel tonight. Makes sense. Those are the ones that understand what we're looking at, what we're experiencing, what we're going through. And thank goodness for, I guess, social media, because we're able to speak and share and to be in one place at one time right now to deliver this kind of a message here tonight. You know, I thank you, Mr. Boss Blake. Much love goes out to my brother for going the extra mile, doing beyond his capacity in every way. You know, you have no idea of how this guy works so hard. I say one thing I need, and guess what? He's 5 minutes right behind me. I said, wow. You know, and I went to the same school he did for some strange reason. So, in light of that, and I'll conclude, take care of each other. Give a phone call to someone you haven't spoken to. Reach out. They're looking for someone, because in these stories that we're covering on our channels is real. Everything is real. I just got finished speaking to Daniel Robinson's father live on my channel, because he has been out there looking for his son for 14 months. Well over a year, Mr. Boss Blake was there. Who says nothing can happen to you? Who? That is the reason why we need to connect, unify. And for as Grandmaster Jay, wow. Here's a brother that stood up for what's right, stood and stands for everything that we believe in. Could it be Martin Luther King all over again? Could it be Malcolm X? Could it be Medgar Evers? Or anybody else that followed that train of thought? Could it be? We need to listen carefully. We need to decide carefully. When we do, we take back our power. And we can then at least change, not control, but at least change, at least our destiny amongst all of it. Because we are a people that built this country, no doubt, out of anything said or done over history. We have built this country with blood, sweat, and tears. And you know something? We have an ownership of this country that they don't want us to have. That's the fight. You got to stand in the gap, because God's watching. We got to let him know. No, you don't pull the okie doke on us when we're watching, because we are watching carefully. Now with social media, we can watch carefully, quickly, and we can still get the job done. So do your due diligence. Come out of the shadows. Get out of the bushes. Every hand on deck for this one, because we don't know where they're trying to go or where they may lead us going down the road. Much love to you all for being a part of Mr. Boss Blake's live tonight, special live. I love the panel. Miss Lorraine, my heart is always with you for supporting my brother. He's traveled a long, long, long road, but for him to meet you, oh, yes, there's a good key here. And Brother Quest, thank you so much for your words of wisdom. And you speak louder than you think. Thank you. And every panel member that has ever been a part of Boss Blake's channel, thank you. Crucial K, thank you. Neutral, thank you. And a host of those that came up just to speak and let their valuable expression be known. I'm John Q. You heard me. That's where we go. Thank you, boss. I love you, man.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Appreciate the words. Very, very deep. It was well received. So with that being said, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I ain't going to keep you no longer. Tune in next week. We'll do it again. Watch us win.
See if you hear what's really the purpose. Cause life without meaning is a life in a circus, stuck in a furnace burning. Living in past tense from an L taken. Frail shaken up by the loss to excel hell. I just wish them well. But in the meantime, watch us win. Toast to another win. Cheers, we here, let's do it again.
This is a beneficial production. We done took L after L. Now it's hard to look in the mirror and face yourself. Yeah. But the win's on the way, but we still gotta fight at the end of the day. Yeah. See, the process is progress, and the bullshit we facing is nonsense. Now they say the other race is dominant. Too many broken promises, it's getting common here. Now they got niggas living in fear, and that's a problem. Cause we should be living like them. Like any sport, all we do is win. Then let's do it then, we can't be no foolish men. They say we just a bunch of hooligans. To tell the truth, we some kings. We gon' rule again. Whatever it's gon' take, we gotta do again. We never been no losers, man. So watch us win. Hey man, I'm trying to tell you, man. It's about time for a W. It's on the way, man. Just keep faith. We gotta keep fighting, man, for what we believe in. And that's freedom. You dig? All the racial injustice, all that bullshit we dealing with, it must cease. And if you got kids, man, we gotta fight for their future. Let's go.
Yeah. Throughout the bull, we gotta pull through. Nothing as simple as 2 + 2 when the obstacles hit you and you en route to victory laps. Cause nothing happens overnight. I learned the lesson once I focus sight. That's alright, right. I came close to a win and I fell short. The congrats always bigger than the support, and that's the way it go. What else? I felt the win was within reach, never could see, so we only increase. Gotta get my piece of the pie. Gotta hit the streets and I ride. It's not a game, look here, I ain't playing, never was. Once I leveled up, I seen things on a whole different axis. Picture me rolling, feeling fantastic. Salute the tactics, stayed on this journey even after the dub. Do it for those looking down from above. I got you, it's all love. Yeah. Watch us win, it's all love. That's another dub. What? Let's go.
Y'all gon' watch us win, baby. You ain't got no choice. YJ, let's go. Yeah. Ain't no more looking down on us, my nigga. Just look the other way. Matter of fact, just watch us win. It's a wrap.
Body to Beat Global. And we ain't playing with you.